let's start this over. Okay, so if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And, I want to talk about a story that I feel like it deserves a lot more attention than it's getting right now. It is about Kelli Bryant. If you're not familiar with Kelli Bryant, she's a woman who abandoned her kids for 5 years. Kids for 5 years. I believe the oldest one was a boy of 15 years old, and the other two are girls. Now, keep this in mind. When you're 15 years old, yes, you may have some maturity to know how to handle being alone and live through life and navigate somewhat, right? That's why in most places it's okay for a kid to stay home alone when they're around 11, 12-year-old, depending on the maturity. I think it's a little bit older overnight, if you're going to be gone overnight. But in this particular case, she abandoned her kids 5 years ago. 5 years ago. So that means her oldest kid was only, 10. And the other two were, God, I'm so annoyed about the story that I can't really think right. They were like 7 and 8. There's no way any kids that age will really know how to properly take care of themselves. But for somehow, this sorry human being decided to go ahead, leave her kids, and do weekly check-ins to where she will leave them food. And I believe the food were just boxes of pizza, and I'll show you why here towards the end. Now, it has came out that she does have a $250 million bond. And do you think that is enough? Do you think she should be under the jail at this point and that she shouldn't be even have a bond at all? Now, realistically speaking, there's no way she's going to be able to come up with that amount of money or a bond company representing her at all. Now, when I was reading over the story and go over different details of it, they said the oldest kid's nails was so long that he can barely walk. They haven't really bathed. They don't know how to brush their teeth. So whenever you're that age, from 10 up, from 7 up, you are having teeth falling out, because you're still losing some of your baby teeth. And now your adult teeth are probably going to be falling out and probably rotten. And if you haven't properly bathed yourself, they probably smell bad, probably have head lice or whatever else. It's just a really horrible situation that I don't wish on anybody, especially a little kid. And when I saw pictures of their home, it was just straight up embarrassing. And how can a woman who considers herself a mother decides to go out and party and have a good time, live her best life, instead of doing what she chose to do, which is be a mother? Because whether you like it or what side of the fence you're on, there are options to not have a kid. One is being outlawed, the other you could do adoption for. There are multiple ways. Maybe have a family member take care of them. And speaking of family members, it does kind of make me curious. How come the other family members didn't try to do anything or step in? I'm sorry, if I have a woman in my family that I know is irresponsible, and you have to know how irresponsible she is, have 3 kids, and you really don't see those kids at all, I hate to say it, I'll probably call the authorities. Now, in my thumbnail, you see that she looks pretty well put together, and that wasn't that old of a picture. In fact, I'm going to go to her Facebook here, and so we can look at it together. I'm not her friend, so I can't see everything, but I can see some stuff on there. Now, let's go ahead and go over here.
No, they moving and stuff out the house. But why don't everybody have on hazmat suits? Like, look at this. Where are the hazmat suits at? I see one person have one on. And shouldn't some of this stuff be considered as evidence? They throwing stuff away.
And that is a lot of trash and a lot of people to help out with that. But you got to think about it. That's 5 years worth of stuff. She told the kids to make sure that, hey, don't leave the house, don't answer the door. So all that stuff has to go somewhere. And when I saw some of the pictures, it made me want to kind of throw up in some areas, because I wasn't sure what some of that stuff was, and I can only imagine.
This is crazy. Wow. They throwing the stuff away.
Now, I just wanted to say that mattress looked pretty bad. Whenever depending, each woman is different, of course, or young woman is different. 10 to 12 years old, you could be starting your period at that point. You know, not really knowing how to manage and control that and what to do. And they could be freaking out, and all they have is their older brother there to look for guidance, and he don't know. He hasn't been in school. The mother doesn't come and stay and check with him. Clearly ain't showing how to even clip their freaking nails or brush their hair or brush their teeth. Just very basic things. Just drop off food here and there. It's just a horrible situation, and these kids are going to need a lot of help. Not this financial help, and I'll be very scared about what family members he would choose. Not she, what the state would choose to have them. I mean, if I'm being honest with you, unless the family members was just completely oblivious to her having kids, it might be better. I just don't know how I would see a family member, any family member, being able to help in this situation or be responsible.
A lot of them don't have hazmat suits on. So we know that it looks like she fed them a lot of pizza.
And that's the Little Caesars pizza, like a lot of Little Caesars boxes. That's the really cheap pizza. And, you know, supposing they were sleeping on those boxes too. That's just really sad.
I know in one of my videos, people were talking about how did they cook. They ate a lot of pizza. Oh my God, the lactose and the, wow. Look at all this stuff. Okay, so now when I'm saying this design, I don't know that you may have noticed unless they was loud. This is not like an apartment building type of thing. Look at this. I don't know that you would have, oh, look at that mattress. Oh my God.
And who knows what all that reddish brown stuff is. That's just, oh Lord. That's probably what they stuck on the pizza boxes, because those mattresses are just totally disgusting.
Wow. Wow. Look at this, y'all. Pulling out the couches. Okay, see, they got on hazmat suits, which is good.
So while this piece of crap of a woman was abandoning her kids and having them living in filth, I just want to see her Facebook right quick. Now, if you notice, her Facebook name is Top Me Off Kells. Top Me Off Kells. I'm kind of old school, but I know what it means when you tell a woman to top me off, or a woman refers to that. So already off to a horrible start, right? Okay. Now I did look at this picture or video earlier. It was supposed to be a food giveaway. Now, I'm not sure if that stuff was all being thrown away. I saw some news reports saying that it was a giveaway that her grandfather was doing, or her father was doing, something like along those lines. Either way, though, there is plenty of good food there that could have been given to her kids instead of just eating repeated pizza. Oops, there we go.
Yes. You want both of them out? I'm gonna grab one of these, Jim. One in your cup?
Because that was buttermilk, whole milk. You see orange juices, fruits, bread, all kinds of stuff. I mean, she could have took some of that and just made her kid a few sandwiches, some lunches, if she was just going to completely abandon. I just don't understand it. I'm trying to find something better she could have done in this situation, but it's short of just talking to her parents or her grandparents and just saying, hey, I ain't ish, let me just go ahead and give you the kids. That would have been the best thing she could have done. But a lot of people don't want to give up their kids because they want to have pride. They want to sit there and open their legs, have kids, but not take care of them. I don't understand it for the life of me. If you're going to do this horrible of a job, why not just give them up for adoption at the very least?
Yeah, I go to her.
When I get people, I will.
You want to split one of them?
All that orange juice.
My feet are pretty
Yeah, let's go.
thin.
All right.
Good too.
Well, you don't put nothing on your feet. I don't know what else you expect. Okay, give me a bucket. These ain't no good right here.
Oh, that is terrible. Cucumbers look bad.
You know, most of the time, grocery stores just don't throw stuff away. So that could be returns. That could have been stuff that was touched that they can't put back on shelves. But it just kind of shows how much food we actually throw away, but our prices are so high it don't make any sense to me. But that's another conversation for itself. So this was 4 weeks ago. Looks like she's in a nice place wherever she was at. Okay. Again, she looks okay. Didn't want to show up. I didn't know that I was there. Okay. So she cares about her body. I'm really trying to be not just looking happy. Okay. So I guess her kids couldn't make her happy. Again, 3 years ago, she abandoned her kids. Then 2 years ago, still abandoned her kids. The background looks real nice too. She looks very sharp. Sharp, that sounds kind of old right there. About 2 years ago. Okay, again, looking nice. 2 years ago again. 1 year ago. Looks like an outfit you'll go out if you're on a cruise or something. 1 year ago. Again. 1 year ago again. Out shopping. Body smoking. That stuff. So I'm kind of curious. Whenever she was out there dating, going clubbing, and talking to men, how many men was she telling she had kids? And what was the story she told them when it came to the kids? Did she tell them, hey, my kids are with their dad? Did she tell them, hey, my kids are home, my parents are watching them? I mean, when she's out here living her own separate life, and when you look at her photos, I wonder, was that her boyfriend? Was it one of those things that he didn't want any kids that wasn't his, and she just kind of like, okay, bet. You hear about that before in sometimes much worse situations. Let's see. December 21st, 24. Hey, yo. Hey, y'all ever had to... Okay. Very graphic. So she seems to be a very promiscuous woman and very in tune with her sexuality. And yeah, I think that's her promoting a club right there. So she doesn't seem like a very outstanding, loving woman. And again, I'm not her friend on there. I can't see the rest of the stuff. It'd probably be a lot worse. Granted, the little stuff I did see that I had to click away really fast from. But, you know, fathers get such a bad reputation a lot of the time of not being good providers, protectors, not trying to be good examples. But I can honestly say, growing up, I have never seen a non-active father that had kids or didn't try. This woman didn't try. And I'm kind of curious what that 5 years has been to say, F it, and just leave her kids, leave her home behind, and just go somewhere else. Because that's exactly what she did. Is she a street worker? Is she a pass around? I mean, what's going on to where this woman could look like she lives a pretty comfortable lifestyle wherever she's at, or whoever houses she be at? But the only thing she could do is spend, I don't know what, a hot and ready pizza is like $5. I want to say. I haven't bought one in forever. The last time I saw the commercial was $5. So let's say a pizza a day, 7 times 5, $35 a week. $35 a week for her kids. $35, 35 times 2 is 70. 70 times 4, 70 times 2 is $40, $140 a month almost. A little bit more. You're going to count the other days of the week. So this it's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment. And I hope this woman never sees her kids again. I hope her kids never forgive her. I hope her kids realize after whoever takes them in and gives them the love that they desperately deserved. Because for one, they didn't know how to take care of themselves. For two, there's going to be a lot of emotional trauma there. Because you got to think about it. When you're a kid, you're supposed to be innocent. You're supposed to be scared. You're supposed to be goofy. You're supposed to feel safe. You're not supposed to be walking through 3 feet pile highs of trash, sleeping on pizza boxes. God knows what she had. I mean, the smell that had to come out of there whenever she opened the door, if she even opened the door to drop off pizza, is an embarrassment. She had to go in there at one point in time and see how they were living. And not one point in time did she ever think, this is just too far. I need to stop. I need to call somebody to get these kids help. No, a woman like this, I really hope that she never sees the light of day. You know, it's one thing if you want to be a crappy person, but those kids didn't ask for a crappy life. I'm under the impression if you have kids, you got to do everything you can to make sure they have the best life possible. And if you're not able to do that, then go ahead and admit that, ask for help, or just relinquish custody to somebody that can. Sometimes we fall short. Sometimes we're not meant to be parents, but the kids are meant to be here. Do with that as you will. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Tell me what you think and what you would have done. I think as a community, we need to do better. I think as a people, we need to do better. And we've got to be more honest about our family members. If I had a daughter or a niece and I knew she was just popping out kids and somehow she was never home, always well kept, but I'd never seen the kids, there's some responsibility on the father of the kids. I'm not sure they had the same baby daddy or not. They never said she had a husband, so I'm assuming all of them are out of wedlock. There's a responsibility on the baby daddies. There's a responsibility on the grandparents. And she has family on them too, because they know what kind of person she is. Anyways, you guys tell me what you think. How and what ways can we do better? And leave that in the comments. And have a great day. And subscribe if you haven't. Thank you.